Going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, family? What's going on, family? Give me just a second. Give me just a second. A few things I want to talk. What's going on? It's your boy Richie Rich coming to you once again with another video. First of all, I just want to come in and just say I really appreciate it and appreciate all the subscribers. You know, family. People that we getting to know each other and people that's commenting on the videos and liking the videos and you know what I'm saying. And hey man, we just gonna make this thing grow. Um, before I just before we get into anything, man, I just hope everybody's you know feeling okay. Uh, I named this staying on the course, basically really for myself too, because once we get into a process or we get into the journey, because everybody's life have they in life everybody has their own journeys, and when we start taking those trips and when we start making those travels, sometimes we expect for people to come along. Sometimes on the journey, you expect to meet different people on your journey, but sometimes I've come to find out that sometimes a lot of that journey will be in solitude, meaning even though you may encounter people and see people, they're not necessarily going on your journey, uh, but still have to stay the course. You have to stay the course, regardless if if you don't understand the situation, because you still are going to be. What I'm learning is you still going to be met with resistance, even on your journey. You know, but we still have to stay the course. A lot of times, for me being in the past, you know, we made declarations to our life to change anything. Some people call it a New Year's resolution. But if we know anything now, if we know anything, then we know the New Year, the ball dropping is just what it insinuates that you went through the whole year just to drop the ball. So it's really not, going to look at the drop of the ball, dropping the ball is really not for empowerment
Empowerment
of
of
you. It's
you is
really to
really to
just let
just
you
let you
know to
know to
reprogram you
reprogram you, just to say, hey, you failed again in
life,
life, and you
still
still
haven't
haven't
stepped
stepped
up to
up
that
to that
higher
higher uh,
state of
state of
being.
being.
But
But
nevertheless, we
nevertheless, we
still
still
have to
have to
stay the
stay the
course
course
within
within
self.
self.
Like I
Like I
say,
say,
you got
you
to be
got to
your
be your
own
own
cheerleader.
cheerleader.
You
You
got
got
to
to
be
be
your
your
own
own
motivator.
motivator.
You have
You
to,
have to,
and you
and you
just
just
have to
have to
stay the
stay the
course.
course. I mean, because
This
this
defines,
defines, uh,
this
this
defines,
defines,
this
this
separates
separates
people
people
that's
that's
really
really
serious, and
serious, and
if you're
if you're
really
really
serious
serious
about
about
taking
taking
this
this
test in
test in
life,
life,
because
because
I
I
feel
feel
that
that
all,
all,
your
your
whole
whole
life that
life
we
that we
go through
go
a
through a
test.
test.
That life is the biggest university. I probably said this before. That life is the biggest university, and everything we go to, everything we go to and through is a test. It's just like going to college. this is the biggest university, and we always learning, and we always being tested in some way, shape, fashion, or form. We always being tested. When you get through one thing, you met with something else. When you get through that, you met with something else into the day you leave this universe. So we have to be mindful. We have to take our time, and we have to. Sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? We would love for different points in times in our life to, you know, be riding with somebody or to be on in the journey on your journey with somebody else. But being realistic, everybody's not going to travel with you. So a lot of that time it might be in solitude. Have to still have to press on. Still have to keep those blinders on. Be mindful and keep walking. Now you can very well turn back.
Hey,
A lot
a
of
lot of
people
people turn back, and it's okay. Even if you turn back, or even if you stop, or even if you slack
off.
off, uh,
Get back
get
up,
back
dust
up,
yourself.
dust yourself off, and continue to move forward.
Don't
Don't
let
let
even
even,
a
a
lot of
lot of
people
people
say they
say they
want to
want to
lose
lose
a
a
certain
certain
amount of
amount of
weight.
weight,
During the
during the
year,
year, and in the beginning of the year, and they,
get to
getting
the
to the
middle
middle
part of the
part of the
year,
year,
and
and
boom, they
boom, they
just
just
stop,
stop,
working
working
out or
out or
whatever.
whatever.
Because
Because,
I
I
be honest, I hadn't worked out none last week, and I ain't started working out again this week. I hadn't started, so I'm not taking myself out of the equation, but you know, at the end of the day, for each person's life, I see that we have to do our own work. We can't expect nobody to clean up our mess or change the direction for us. We gonna basically have to do the work. So yeah, but I don't want to go on and on and on about that. I wanted to kind of talk about touch on just a little bit and talk about what Gail King did. First of all, with Kobe Bryant, I wanted to talk. Also, I wanted to talk about a little bit, just a little bit about you know Nas X and Billy Porter, and I think that's where I'm gonna start because people have to really be mindful of things that's being pushed on on us as a society and how it's making us look as a people. Now you have your own right to live your life and conduct yourself the way that you feel fit, see fit, and know to more power to you. But for people who looking, who it's all if you out there, somebody
They
always
always
looking
looking
back
back
at you.
at you.
If
If
you're
you're
pushed
pushed
up,
up, exalted up, and
if you
if you
make it
make
out
it
of the
out of the
mud,
mud, coming from the hood,
then
then it's
people that
people that inspire to do that
every
every
day.
day, do some,
And
and
that's
that's some, and
sometimes that's
sometimes
just
that's
like
just like
a
a
lottery
lottery
ticket
ticket
where it
where it
used to
used to
be
be,
because
because
people
people
didn't know
didn't know
how
how
powerful
powerful.
they were as a people. A lot of our people didn't know how powerful we were and how powerful to manifest and to speak things into existence over your life was. But when you see certain things, man, when I grew up, it was just certain things you kept to yourself. Certain things you just didn't air out in public. But today's a new day. Today's a new day and a new time. Uh, and I can understand that time does change. But my as an adult, I think I'm old enough to make the decision whether I want this to influence me or whether I want to push this away from me. A kid uh, that's of a certain age doesn't have that distinction yet. They can't determine whether that's good or bad, especially if the people that surrounding them unconsciously partake in it or watch it and kind of talk about it, those kids are gonna be listening, and you know what I mean. So we have to be mindful, because that's still shaping that child's mind, that's in of works of the being developed. You think about a tree that's being planted. Uh can't expect for this rose bush to be growing roses, and you just planted the seed 2 months ago, 6 months ago. I mean, you're gonna have some growth process, but it's still a big process that that plant has to go through, which is that
That
child as
child as
well.
well.
They
They
might be
might be
6
6 or
or 7,
7,
but their
but their
mind
mind
is
is
still
still
developing.
developing.
It's
It's
things that
things
they're
that they're
still
still
learning,
learning, and
you know,
they
but they're
but they're
curious.
curious,
They're
and they're
curious
curious
about
about
everything.
everything.
We
So we
just have
just
to
have
be
to be
mindful
mindful of
of things
things
like that.
like that, of what we,
The
the
images
images
that
that
our
our
kids are
kids are
seeing
seeing
is
is
thinking
thinking
is
is
right.
right. Uh,
You
you
know,
know,
things of
things
the
of the
world is
world is
going to be
going
the
to be the
world.
world.
I'll
I'll
try
try
to,
to,
uh,
you know, I
try
just
to
try
be
to be
mindful and
mindful
try
and
to
try to
filter
filter through
some of the
some of the
things
things
that
that.
you gotta filter some of the things that you let your family watch and your kids partake into. Um, because at the end of the day, that image is on us. Being a people, that image is on us, and that's also a part of that Willie Lynch syndrome, where that mind frame is, I'm gonna do what I gotta do regardless of anybody else. Black people, we have to get past that. We have to put that Willie Lynch syndrome, to bed, because it doesn't exist anymore. If you think about it, he came out with that method. I think it was like 200 years after, or 150 years after, so-called slavery was introduced. Came from the West Indies. Well, if you do the math, been 600 years, 400. It's been 600 years. I know people keep on saying 400 because that's a significant number, but it's been over 600 years. And he said when he implemented those tactics, he said, I will implement these tactics that will last the next 200. So I think we're about 200 years overdue. But a lot of people, that mentality is so embedded, to pull somebody down, that crab like mentality, to pull, somebody down. And, what the
What the
problem with
problem with
our
our
people
people
is, we
is we
don't
don't
go and
go and
attack and
attack and
pull
pull
somebody
somebody
else
else
down.
down.
We'll
We'll
tend to
tend to
reflect
reflect
on
on self, the self
self hate
hate
for
for
self.
self. And
That's what
that's
that's
basically
basically what
what that
that shows
shows
me.
me,
Because you
because you
will
will
attack
attack
somebody
somebody
that
that
looks and
looks and
reflects
reflects
you,
you,
your
your
image,
image,
but you
but you
won't
won't
go
go
attack
attack
somebody
somebody
that's
that's
totally
totally
foreign
foreign
to
to
you.
you.
You know
You
what I
know what I
mean?
mean?
So,
So,
you
you
know,
know,
and that
and
just
that
makes
makes
me
me
say
say,
everybody's not for you. Everybody's not for you. Just like for me right now, in my situation, what's going on? What's going on? Cakes and Mister, marriage and marijuana. Yeah, but in my situation right now, I know that everybody's not for me. Everybody's not for me growing. Everybody's not for me being in business for myself. Everybody's not for me growing, and it's okay. But if I stand for myself, then regardless of anything else, then I know that I still must push on, and I have to learn how to. Sometimes I can't draw from anybody. I got to draw from myself. You know what I mean? We had things of like a rites of passage of being a man, where you had to get out there and stand on your own too. A lot of these today, these kids ain't going through a rites of passage. They so quick to pick up a gun. They don't do no fighting. We know that. We know the problems of the hood. You know, and I'm not here to talk about all that. What I'm saying is we got to focus on self, and be mindful of the images that we let influence us. got to be mindful of those things. Yeah, they doing the music and that's a whole nother breakdown with the hurts and everything and the words that's being pushed in and force fed to a person. Got to understand that the battle was in our mind, and I'm gonna keep on saying that you can enslave a person's mind, then the body will follow. That's why they said cut the head off and the body will follow. Well, if you can enslave the mind, then you can enslave the body, and that goes with
with
anything.
anything. That goes to say with anything.
So
So
yeah, but
yeah,
they
but they
supposed to be
supposed to be
having
having
Billy
Billy
Porter
Porter
on
on
Sesame
Sesame
Street.
Street, and
This
this
is
is
the
the
dude
dude
that
that
that's
that's
supposed to
supposed to
be
be
those
those
two
two
elements
elements
to
to
me
me
don't mix.
don't mix.
From from a
From a
child
child
who's
who's
developing
developing
to a
to a
kid
kid
show
show
where
where
that
that
is
that's
trying to
trying to
develop your
develop your
child's
child's
mind,
mind,
learning
learning them
numbers and
numbers and
ABCs,
ABC,
words and
words and
ABCs and
ABCs and
letters and
letters and
colors.
colors.
You
You
developing your
developing that
child's
child's
mind.
mind.
Why would
Why
you
would you
implement
implement
something
something
from a
from a
person
person
that's
that's
already
already
made their
made their
decision
decision
that
that
wasn't
wasn't
influenced by
influenced by
these
these
type of
type of
entities and
entities and
these
these
type
type
of
of
images?
images?
He had the chance to choose, and he chose the whatever lesser evil was to him. That was his life. He chose to go whichever direction. And at the end of the day, we were allowed to choose the direction that we go. I guess I can say it like that. But it seems like now that we're not being able, these kids are not going to be able to choose the direction they go in life because they're made to look at and accept something early age. You know what I'm saying? They made to accept this. Now you're gonna be teaching this to our kids there's 3, 4, 5 of developing mind. So once a person start to see it and get familiar with it, then it's just something. Then it's like a natural thing. See that's what a battlefield. That's what a battle is because the images off of tail eye vision is telling your vision what the lie that it wants you to deem and think is right. So we have to be
Be
mindful of
mindful
that.
of
I
that. I
also
also
kind of
kind
want
of
to
want to
talk
talk
about
about
too
too
uh, what
what
Gail
Gail
King
King
did.
did.
You know,
You
I,
know,
I,
I,
I
I
I didn't talk down on Kobe. I didn't talk down on Kobe. My thing is about energy, where we put our energy, where we put our focus at. And I know that far as I don't partake in TV, games, sports, or none of that because they already got their money. I've always felt like that. I've always felt like I don't watch Super Bowls. I don't watch NBA finals. Really don't go to concerts and really don't go to the strip club because of the fact they already got their money. They already get their money. That's what I'm trying to do. That's so my focus on is okay, they got their money. How can I get mine? So I was saying, even though people will be grieving and because that was kids and a father and kids that lost their life and condolences once again to those families and those people that lost their life. But if you really look at it, they lived a full life, fuller than most of us would ever imagine to see. Well, I'm on the path of living a full life, but people will get so caught up stopping just shutting everything off and life goes on even if we lose a family member, still life goes on. But the thing that Gail King did, is he still is like she still has that Willie Lynch syndrome to where that she will go and go against somebody
that's an image
that's a
that's a
reflection of
reflection of
her.
her.
Regardless of
Regardless of
how
how
many
many
people you
people you
rub
rub
shoulders
shoulders
with,
with,
this
this
other,
other,
to be
to be
accepted
accepted
by
by
another
another
race, you're
race, you're
still
still
black.
black.
And
And
if they
if
can
they can
keep us
keep us
divided,
divided,
then the
then the
game is
game is
won.
won.
But a
But a
lot of
lot of
people
people
are,
are,
they
they
are for
are for
sale.
sale.
And
And it
by,
is
by
by
rightly
rightly
so,
so,
it's
it's
gonna be
gonna
like
be
that.
like that.
The
And the
people
people
that's at the
that's at the
bottom,
bottom, we just have to
we have to come
come
up.
up.
We
We
have to
have to
change
change
the
the
direction and
direction and
change the
change the
course.
course.
But it's
But it's
us,
us,
and it's
and it's
only
only
us, and
us,
it's
and it's
only
only
you as an
you as an individual.
individual that has to do that work in your life. You can't expect for your mama to do it, your kids to do it, Kobe, no basketball team. I didn't mean to say Kobe, but no basketball team, no football team, no magical food, no impossible burgers, no none of that to do the work that you can do for yourself. No weight loss pills. That's all a scam. That's all a scam. It's all a scam. You have to do the work at the end of the day. There's nothing magical about it. There's nothing mystical about it. The magical and mystical thing is is a lot of people waiting, and weight broke the way. The weight, because once you wait, you start waiting. The weight start becoming heavy, and it broke that. That's what broke the way. You see what I'm saying? Because waiting became weight, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So we just gotta focus more time on us, and that's fine and dandy. They did that, and kudos to them, hats off to them. But we need to, as a people, start focusing on our energy in our household, getting our situation together, cleaning up our own situation, you know what I mean? Our situation better. If we can do that, you know, uh, then I think we'll be better off as a people. But steady, going against this person, going against this person, you have to understand. Like I said before, the
The
world is
world
gonna
is
be
gonna
the
be the
world.
world.
You
You
have to
have
be
to
the
be the
best
best
you.
you. You
You
can
never
never
stop
stop uh,
what
what
somebody
somebody
else
else
feels and
feels
how
and how
somebody else.
somebody
You
else.
can
You can
only
only
change
change
how
how
you
you
feel
feel
and
and
your
your
reaction.
reaction to something. You can
Never
never
change
change
somebody else's
somebody else's
reaction
reaction
until
until
you
you
change
change you.
and
And
that
that
should be
should
our
be our
focus.
focus on self.
Self love, self, self everything. You know what I mean? You got to check yourself. You got to, when nobody else is gonna check you, you got to check yourself. You got to take responsibility for your own actions. You know what I mean? If you really be mindful and think about it, whatever position that we are in life right now is because we spoke that into existence. We put ourselves right in the path of where we at. If you think back and be honest, everything that you have in your life is everything that you asked for, whether good or bad. And it has to be a balance, because if you had too much good, you wouldn't know what bad was. So how would you even appreciate the fact that you're doing good? You know. So let's stop pulling us down. You know what I mean? Because hell, we ain't gotta worry about nobody killing us, man. We killing it. We continuing to kill each other. We continue to bring us down. You know what I'm saying? When it don't take nothing but a turnaround to bring us up. That's energy is gonna be used regardless. Use that energy to bring somebody up instead of bringing them down. That's all. I'm saying. Be negative and by rightful so. Because like I said, if you never seen the negative, if you never seen the things of not to do and not to partake in,
Partake in,
then you
then you
wouldn't
wouldn't
know
know
how to
how
be
to be
better as
better
a
as a
person.
person,
And that's
and
how
that's
I
how I
take it.
take it. You know,
I
I
try
try
not to
not to
let
let
somebody
somebody
else's
else's
fears
fears
or
or
mistakes. I
mistakes. I
try to
try to
learn
learn
from
from
those
those another person fears and mistakes.
because
Because
once
once
upon a
upon a
time
time,
they was
they was
once
once
somebody else
somebody else
fears
fears
was my
was my
fears
fears
unconsciously.
unconsciously.
Somebody
Somebody
else's
else's
mistakes
mistakes
also
also
became my
became my
mistake.
mistake.
So we
So
just
we
have
just
to be
have to be
mindful of
mindful of what.
you know, take responsibility for our own actions. We can't expect somebody to do the work that each individual has to do for their own life. And with that being said, I don't want to hold people up too long. I'm just, I'm continuing to build and to grow and to bring more life to this channel. It's a lot of things that I am planning to do with this channel, and sometimes you know, we have to get out of the way of ourselves, because you know, I'm living it every day. I'm living it and I'm doing the work myself in my own life. Because if I can show you real time, real life, if I can actually show you what that looks like, and even if I can help one, then my job is done. Because if I'm supposed to help more, then more is gonna be helped. But if I can just help one, then my job is done. So with that being said, man, like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Richie Rich. I want to appreciate all the people that come rock with me and Pakes and Mister. I really appreciate y'all stopping through. Much love. Kind of been a journey, but know, we gonna get it together, man. We gonna get it
Get it
together.
together.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
share.
share.
You
You
guys
guys
share.
share. Everybody share. Like, share, and subscribe, and we can bring
Thing together. But at the end of the day, we gotta do our own work. So with that being said, it's your boy Richie Rich.